Today we're going to look at the most mana-expensive planeswalkers in Magic the Gathering and determining if they're worth it. I'm going to start off with Sorin the Grim Nemesis. This is a 6 mana, 6 loyalty planeswalker, +1. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Oh, it's a free card draw. And then each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. You can also go -X. Sorin Grim Nemesis deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Well, that's not too bad either. Now, -9, put a number of 1/1 black Vampire Knight creature tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to their highest life total among all players. This feels like it's in the middle. Like, I don't love this card, but I don't hate this card. The -X is like, okay, no, it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. You know what? That's only like a one-shot thing. I'm going to put this in the no pile. Not worth it. All right, what do you got for us today? We got Steve Cooper with Vraska. The Betrayal's Sting. This is basically a 5-mana planes. This is like cheating. This is like a 5-mana planeswalker here because the 6th mana is Phyrexian. Okay, 6 loyalty, pay 0. You draw a card, you lose 1 life, and you proliferate. That's not bad. Okay, -2. Target creature becomes a treasure artifact with tap. Sack this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all card types and abilities. That's basically like removal. -9. If target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference. This, we're gonna kill people with infect around here. This card is absolutely worth it. It's basically a 5-mana card, removal, draws cards, proliferates. I mean, like, yeah, you get to 9 poison, then you just proliferate them to absolute death. No problem. First super chat of the day coming straight from King Ginger. Liliana. We're going to hear a lot of Lilianas today. Probably a lot of Garrix. A lot of the familiar faces of MTG All-Stars. All right, we got the 6-mana Dreadhorde General. Now, this Liliana has 6 loyalty, and whenever a creature you control dies, you get to draw a card. That's pretty good. That's a pretty nice static ability. +1, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. -4, each player sacrifices 2 creatures. That's insane. And also -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. This card's great. I think for 6 mana, this card is bonkers. Yeah, you want to sack the board. You could even engineer your own board wipe and then cash in on the damn thing. I think this card is absolutely bananas. All right, next up, we've got Mean Bruley with Nissa. Ascended Animist. Oh, another cheatsy planeswalker. Could be 7 mana, also could be 5. It's got completed. Can be paid with 2 life. Or hold on, so if for each Phyrexian, it enters a battlefield with 2 less loyalty. Okay, so you pay 2 Phyrexian, you got 3 loyalty. +1, create an XX green Phyrexian horror creature token where X is Nissa, Ascendant Animist's loyalty. Not very impressive, not very big. -1, destroy target artifact or enchantment. This is just disenchant on a 5 or 7 mana planeswalker. Then we got -7. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain trauma. Okay, that part is good. So that's not bad. You could go Nissa, Ascended Animist. You're gonna have to spend 7 mana, but then you immediately ultimate it. And I think if you have like Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, is that what it's called? You basically buff up everything and give it trample and hopefully win the game. So I do want that last one, the -7. That made it worth it. First 2 abilities. You know what? I'm not really impressed with the first 2 abilities. The last one sold it for me. Okay, next super chat from Pacers fan forever. We got Nicobolus the God Pharaoh. Are you a god? Where is Nico? There we go. Nicobolus the God Pharaoh. To some, they might believe that he's a god. To others, Jace could be a god. You just have to go to some Egyptian plane and then start pulling out magic, and then boom, you're a god. 7 mana for a 7 loyalty Bolas. +2. Target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. +1. Each opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. -4. Nickel Bolas deals 7 damage to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker an opponent controls, and also -12. Exile each non-land permanent your opponents control. Really powerful finisher, but also you know, I'm not really impressed with the exile 2 cards from their hand sort of deal. Target opponent exiles cards on the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. It like starts at 9 loyalty. That's pretty high. Okay, I guess I give it worth it. Hard to get rid of this damn thing. Very, very hard. Bolas did turn Amonkhet's gods to his side, though. Ah, I see. The god that proved that he was stronger than a god. And all those gods are mortal anyway. You can kill all those. Can you kill? Well, if you play Dress Down, you can kill those gods. Merkarcher. Does Urza Planeswalker? Is it an unset card? Does Urza Planeswalker? He's technically 7 to flip and 15 total to play. Oops. How do you get to the? What is the backside? No, I'm not counting this thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's like a million to play. You gotta merge it though, don't you? It's not a planeswalker. Okay, do you know what? Well, let's read this thing. I didn't say planeswalker cards or anything. You may activate the loyalty abilities of Urza Planeswalker twice each turn rather than once. This looks like a meme, really. It doesn't even look like a real card to me. +2, artifact instant and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. +1, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Pay 0, creates 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. And -3, exile target on-land permanent. And -10, artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn and destroy all non-land permanents. They come from what? The Might Stone and Weak Stone, and also Urza Lord Protector, and I think those things two combined, not worth it. No, I don't think this is worth the hassle. This is too much work to get online. I gotta meld things. Oh, these melding cards are so weird. Someone looks at the back of their card, they see this Urza Planeswalker, or they get all these abilities. What is this for? Okay, we got Kagan. Kagan with the classic Muyan Ling. Doesn't seem great until you can double the counter she enters with. The OG. I don't know if this is OG. This is the special set, isn't it? Okay, we got a 6 mana, 5 loyalty. Yan Ling, +2. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. -3, draw 3 cards. Sorry, draw 2 cards. -3, draw 2. -10, tap all creatures your opponents control. You take an extra turn after this one. So how long does that take? +2, so we go to 7, 7, 9, 10. Not, okay, so in 4 turns we can get an extra turn. Target creature can't block this turn for 6 mana, comes into the battlefield. It's basically 6 mana, draw 2. You know what? I don't think this is that good. 6 mana, draw 2 doesn't fly by me. And it's like, what are you even gonna do as target creature can't be blocked this turn? I mean, that might be okay. Maybe under the right circumstances. All right, Julian with the Abian. Luvion Usurper. The hell is it? What are these playtest cards? Abian is a 7 mana, 5 loyalty. It's an Abian. As Abian enters the battlefield, you become Abian. Your life total becomes equal to their loyalty. You can activate the loyalty abilities by spending or gaining life. +3, discard your hand. Then draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Then +1, create a 3/2 green, red and green spirit creature token. -X, you deal X damage to any target. So if this could be good if you're like in a big life gain deck or you've gained infinite life, you need some means of like, you know, winning the game. So basically, I'm at 1,000,000 life. All right, I will just shoot you for 100. Ha! What are you gonna do about that? I'm not gonna do anything. You're just gonna take it. But is it good? Is it worth it? How often do you have an infinite life gain deck? +3, discard your hand, then draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. That's insane! That's absolutely insane. That's a great plus. You know what? That I'm sold. This is a great card. This is definitely worth it. Yeah, Gruel life gain. Gruel life gain and deal damage and card draw. 100%. Yeah, counter that 100%. Get it out of here. You don't want... I don't know what you're going to counter it with, but you got to make sure you do it. Okay, next up we got Meme Bruleys with the Nissa Genesis Mage. This is a 7 mana 5 loyalty Nissa, +2, untap up to 2 target creatures and up to 2 target lands. -3, target creature gets +5/+5 until end of turn. It's quite big, but it's not like it's game ending or anything. Your Nissa is gonna die for that. -10, look at the top 10 cards of your library. You may put any number of creature and or land cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Untap 2 target creatures and up to 2 target lands. I think it's the +2 that sells this, right? So you can untap your Cradle, your Nykthos, maybe some creature that adds a lot of mana. But it's 7 mana. How much more mana do you need at this point? You know what? I'm going to say not worth it. I like the ability. Maybe it goes like way over the top. But you have 7 mana as it is. I don't know how much more mana you really need around here. Okay, Julio. Kaya. Intangible Slayer. She be slayin'. Okay, it's a 7 mana, 6 loyalty Kaya with hexproof. All right, that's a good ability. That's a good start. +2, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. All right, so we got Lightning Helix action going on over here. Pay 0, you draw 2 cards. Then each opponent may scry 1. What the hell is this? That's amazing. -3, exile target creature enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 spirit creature token, spirit creature with flying. In addition to its other types, I would just be scared that, is this like enough at this stage of the game? We're paying 7 mana to draw 2 cards each turn. And like the Lightning Helix is not that impressive, right? I mean, maybe late in the game when everyone's really low. Dude, I like this card. I'm a little concerned that my competitive brain says this is actually pretty good, but in Commander it's like really underwhelming. Maybe the 2 cards don't matter so much. The Lightning Helix most definitely may not matter so much. Joel says, it's fun seeing all these Planeswalkers as a primarily CEDH, but yeah, I mean, I'm sort of in the same boat as you. I don't even play CEDH. That's why people like watching the show. They get to see cards that have been legal for forever, and we just never seen them before. Nadim. How about Ian? The World Soul. Ian the World Soul? Okay, we definitely got the wrong card. The World... How many World Souls are in this game? How about this doesn't exist? I'm sorry about that, Nedin. Sorry about that, Nadim. That card is... I don't know. Find me another name. Christopher B. with Gideon. The Oath Swarm. Sorry, the Oath Sworn. This is a 6 mana for loyalty Gideon. Whenever you attack with 2 or more non-Gideon creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. Then we go +2. Until end of turn, Gideon is a 5/5 white creature that you prevent all damage to him this turn. Oh, they didn't make him indestructible in this case. -9, exile Gideon the Oathswarm and each creature your opponents control. What the hell? So in 3 turns, we can have that online. +2 until end of turn, becomes a 5/5. Whenever you attack with 2 or more non-Gideon creature, they are fully aware you could attack with an army of Gideons. They are very aware that Gideon Kindred is a very real thing. They printed too many Gideons out there. Attack with 2 or more non-Gideon creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. It's probably good for a token deck. It's probably very good for a token deck, so I guess we're gonna have to give this a pass. And it can attack by itself. I can't imagine this is like the best like Lord effect though. Attack with 2 or more. Yeah, you could attack with all your tokens, all of them, and they'll get into the red zone. Salty Rad with Garrick, Caller of Beasts. It's used in some commander decks as well as you can cheat something out. Let's take a look at this. This is a 6 loyalty, 6 mana, 4 loyalty Garrick. +1, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That's great. You could draw 5 cards off of that. -3, may put a green creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Maybe it's Progenitus. And -7, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a creature card, put onto the battlefield. Oh, instituted. This is great. I actually think this is a pretty damn good card. Just says, I'd assume altogether Magic players know every card, but I do wonder if there's a card so average no one knows of it anymore. Yeah, probably from some like Homeland set or something. Some Homeland's common that's completely lost to the sands of time. Okay, next up, Apocalypse. Angrath. Angrath, Minotaur, Pirate. We got 6 mana, 5 loyalty, Angrath, +2. Angrath, Minotaur, Pirate deals 1 damage to target opponent and each creature that player controls. -3, return target pirate card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Also -11. Destroy all creatures target opponent controls. Angrath deals damage to that player equal to their total power. That -11 is a pipe dream. So the +2 deals 1 damage to target opponent each creature. Under the right circumstances, that could be backbreaking, but I don't think that's gonna matter a whole lot overall in the grand scheme of things. Return target pirate. So so the -3, right? It's a changeling card, isn't it? You changeling players, you're like, that's a changeling card. Pirate? We got pirates. Just get Morophon into your graveyard and bring it back. I don't like this card, to be honest, though. I think this is a little too... I think all sides of this are, like, super weak. And I would say maybe one day this -3 is going to be great. Probably not there yet, though. I mean, unless I'm wrong. Is there, like, some bomb pirate card that you can easily mill into your graveyard and then reanimate it? Because I am not aware of it right now. Apocalypse just likes you just like pirates. You know, forget the changeling. Forget the changeling. We're just in the pirate range. What does Angrath have to do with pirates? Is Angrath a pirate himself? I don't know the lore to Angrath, I guess. All right, next up, Pacers Fan Forever with Garrick Ape. Oh no, did we do this one? Oh, that was the Caller of Beasts. We need to do Garrick Apex Predator. I think this saw standard play at the time. 7 mana for a 5 loyalty Garrick, +1, destroy another target Planeswalker. It's the Planeswalker to beat out all other Planeswalkers. +1, put a 3/3 black beast creature token with Death Touch. -3, destroy target creature. You gain life equal to its toughness. And then -8, target opponent gets an emblem with whenever a creature attacks you, it gets +5/+5 and gains trample until end of turn. Oh god, you're basically putting a target on somebody's back. I think this card's great. Does everything what I wanted. It destroys things. Can gain you some life too, depending on what you destroy. Next up, Minkoa Ugin. Do you need to be more specific? How many Ugins are there? There's 2! Okay, I'm gonna go... Let me look at my super chats. Okay, no one mentioned an Ugin, so I'll just go with Ugin the Spirit Dragon here. Just an all-around amazing card. 8 mana for 7 loyalty, +2, deal 3 damage to any target. Also, -X. It's a board wipe. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. Then -10. This is an amazing ultimate, one of the best in the game. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. It's a slight gamble as to what you're going to get, but I think it's a gamble that it's worth playing. Okay, next up. King Chandra's Hope's Beacon. Hope's Beacon. She is Burning. Okay, so use six mana for a 5 loyalty Chandra. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. That already is pretty damn strong. +2, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. +1, exile the top 5 cards of your library until end of turn. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. -X. Deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. I feel like the bulk of the power is just stacked into the static ability. Cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get to copy it. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Imagining me pulling off an ultimatum after casting this card. I would like to have 2 ultimatums, please. How many ultimatums? I'm sure there's somebody out there who's like cracked like 2 or 3 ultimatums off of a Chandra's Hope's Beacon. All right, next up. Okay, Nedim wants to redeem themselves. Did we do Karn Liberate? We did not do Karn Liberated. 7 mana for a 6 loyalty Planeswalker. +4. Target player exiles a card from their hand. -3, exile the target permanent. Also -14, you restart the game, but you get all the non-aura permanent cards exiled with Karn. You start the game with them. This is a huge banger card in one-on-one. I'm assuming this probably sucks in like Commander. I'm assuming like this card is really strong on 1 and 60 card Magic, but like exile 1 permanent to like exile a card from somebody's hands, not particularly amazing. Okay, Shellin says Chandra was used with Invoke Despair in Standard, but ID was banned. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, the Eternal Wanderer. Fun thing to do. Combo the +1 ability with Archaeomancer. Keeper using instants and sorceries. Okay, 6 mana for a 5 loyalty. No more than 1 creature can attack the Wanderer each combat. Pretty good defense. Chump block all day. +1, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. Blink the Archaeomancer. Pay 0, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with a double strike, and then -4 for each player. Choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. For each player, choose a creature. So wait, you get to choose 1 creature that they have? And then they have to sacrifice all creatures they control not. So basically they sack the rest. So it's immediately a potential board wipe. You get to blink something. I'm not really feeling it with this one. It's not, you know, you got a little blinking action going on here. But it is hard to kill. Like, basically you have to send 1 giant dummy out at the Eternal Wanderer, and it's gotta have, like, trample. It can target lands? What targets lands? Oh, you mean Karn? I think you're talking about Karn. There's no land here. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card. I don't know. You know what? I could be wrong here. I don't like this card. All right, next up, we have Super Chats. Super Chats like Salty Rav, the Elspeth Sons champion. The former modern staple. Elspeth Sons champion has 4 loyalty. +1, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Basically an army in a can. -3, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. So basically anything that's important. And then -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2 and have flying. So for all the soldiers you've been making for the last millions of turns, they now get upgraded, and they're very dangerous. This is 100% a pass. King Judah says, "Will you do the other Ugin for the Karn?" Okay, sure. I'll do the other Ugin for you. Next up, we'll do Kano with Morden Kanan. This card shows up on the show once in a while. All right, 6 mana for 5 loyalty. Morden Kanan. +2, draw 2 cards, and then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. -2, create a blue dog. illusion creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the twice the number of cards in your hand. Okay, we got it. We need some reliquary tower tech around here. We need to get that dog big. -10. Exchange your hand in library. Oh my goodness. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. I think this is like a pipe dream. Draw 2 cards and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. So it's basically... What is that, like a preordain? Sort of. Well, I'm not really impressed by this card. Like, it's okay. I think it's like more it's pretty janky. You have to make some of these dogs. I like, maybe it's a good finisher for the types of blue decks that have like a bunch of time twisters and like they always keep their hand full. Or maybe for a Simic deck that has their hand full all the time. That also might make some sense, but it's not very interactive, and you can't protect this Planeswalker very well. Arcanus Ultra says, Mordenkainen is the strongest wizard in the history of D&D. He was the leader of the Arc Magi. They included Otto, Bigby, Tasha, and etc. Oh, sorry, etc. Well, they did him dirty. Definitely did not make anything powerful around here. Okay, let's go to King Ginger. Apparently, got sniped. Don't worry, we're gonna fix your snipe with Ugin. We'll look at the other Ugin. The other Ugin is a 6 mana 4 loyalty. Colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, so that's a deal. It's 20% off day at the Eldrazi store. +1, exile the top card of your library face down and look at it. You look at it. Look at it. Create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token, and then when that token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card into your hand, and -3, destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. So just -3 clean removal. The selling part of this really is the colorless spells cost 2 less to cast. So it's a massive reducer. Of course, it's card advantage. I think this is overall all-around very good card for colorless. Anyone can play it. You can play it. Anyone can play this card. Yeah, free soul rings. Free soul rings for all, basically, and for all the spells that you play. Next up, okay, who hasn't got a card yet? This is very early in the show to say this. Okay, William, doubling season equals 10 tokens in play. Oh yeah. Well, doubling season does all sorts of weird things. Beanpot, Chandra, Awakened Inferno. +6 loyalty that can't be countered. +2. Each opponent gets an emblem with. Oh, this card. Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. That emblem can kill you. Are you gonna do anything about it? I hate the Chandra Awakened Inferno. It slowly ticks up and like drains your life total. Drain my life points, will you? -3. Deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And also -X. Chandra deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. This card is a banger card. The fact that it's uncounterable is like half the deal. But also this emblem that slowly siphons your life away, and the board wipe. Can't say no to that board wipe. All right, you heard the music. You love Magic the Gathering cards. You know where to get them from. They're very, very expensive, but you can get them very cheap. If you want very expensive mana cost Magic cards at a cheap rate, you're gonna get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget that Assassin's Creed is coming out soon. Spoilers for that, and Bloomborough. And as they are available, you can pre-order those cards at FusionGamingOnline.com. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu. That's how you get those mana expensive cards cheaply, is by using coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. Now, we're also going to thank... Who else we're going to thank? We're going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Play online digitally on Magic Online, but rent the cards to have access to every deck in Standard, every deck in Pioneer, every deck in Modern, every deck in Legacy, every Commander deck. Oh, you thought you had 50 commander decks in your room in paper? Well, you can have 1 billion different decks when you're running the cards with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_IEP. All right. Back to stupidly expensive, expensive Magic the Gathering cards. Merc Archer, where can I rent Magic cards? I need to know. Okay, next up, I believe the next is a super chat we'll get from Salty Rad. Let's not forget the old boy Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. You're a huge fan of the bridge person, huh? Is it like an ensnaring bridge? I don't remember. Okay, 6 loyalty for a 5. Sorry, I keep mixing them up today. 6 mana, 5 loyalty. Creatures and planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. That is amazing. That is absolutely bonkers. +2, deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control. You gain X life. Not thrilled about that. -3, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Also not thrilled about that. -8, exile the top 10 cards of your library. Put all artifact cards from among them onto the battlefield. That's not bad. That's actually a good one. But is it worth it? For 6 mana, creature and planeswalker spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. Okay, yeah, I think that's worth it. I thought about it for a second and I said yes. I think it's good. We got the king, Chandra Blaze. Did we look at the Chandra? No, we did not. 6 mana, 5 loyalty. +1, discard a card. If a red card is discarded this way, we deal 4 damage to target creature or player. That's terrible. So we have to discard a red. We're basically converting red cards that probably deal 4 damage into just dealing 4 damage. -2, each player discards their hand, then draws 3 cards. That's interesting, but you're helping other people. -7, any number of red instant and or sorcery cast any number of red instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard without paying their mana cost. Oh, we've got like, this is effectively Underworld Breach on a card. First ability sucks. Next 2 abilities are good, but they're minus abilities. Okay. I'm having trouble saying no to a lot of these cards. Not gonna lie. Thought I'd say no to more of them. Kagan, is Tibalt Cosmic Imposter any good? Arguably one of the best. Tibalt Cosmic Imposter? Wait, is it Impostor? Oh, it's Impostor. All right, front side. The Valky Gotta Lies. And the It's line, because there's actually a planeswalker behind there. Just hiding behind. Just behind the tree. Okay, we have a 7 mana. 5 loyalty Tibalt. As Tibalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem with you may play cards exiled with Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. +2, exile the top card of each player's library. Now the thing about this is it's like it goes straight to 7 loyalty. That's enormous. And there's also -3, exile target artifact or creature. So you could exile their stuff and then play it yourself. Then -8, exile all cards from all graveyards and you get triple red mana. This card's definitely good. Next up, let's look at... I think we did Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. Islarf! Oh, I think we did Ascended Animist. Sorry about that. Islarf. Sure we did that right. Yeah, we did that one. It's a show with a very limited card pool. Very, very limited. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. My name's Planeswalker. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. The 8 mana, 5 loyalty, +3, destroy target non-creature permanent. -2, gain control of target creature, that's big. -9, deal 7 damage to target player. That player discards 7 cards and sacks 7 permanents. Only to one person, though. Only to one person. Now, is it worth... This is expensive. It's in Grixis. And it's 8 mana. Destroy target non-creature permanent. That's not that great. Gain control of target creature. You know what? I don't like this card. That's too much. That's a little too much. That's beyond my budget here. I also don't really like how this... I mean, it sort of defends itself well, I guess, supposedly. If it -2s to steal a creature, you just lightning bolt it to death. You can destroy lands. It's turn 8! What does it matter? You have some lands to spare at that point, damn it. I hope. We looked at Dreadhorde. Did we look at Dreadhorde General? Yeah, I think we looked at Dreadhorde General. Yeah. Great card. We said it was great. Okay, I'll go to another super chat. We got Pacers fan forever. With Teferi, Temporal Archmage. Looking great. 6 mana for a 5 loyalty Teferi. +1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. That is really, really underwhelming. -1. Untap up to 4 target permanents. Okay. That could be good. -10. You get an emblem with, you may activate loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control on any player's turn. Anytime you cast an instant. That's also very underwhelming. But can be your commander. Ooh. So it's like a free roll. If you want to play this as your commander. Look at the top 2 cards. Untap up to 4 target permanents. Oh, that's got to be good. At the very least, it might make Teferi free, right? Because, like, let's say you go land, Soul Ring, get to 6 mana, play Teferi, you can untap the Soul Ring, 3 lands, and you got 5 mana. This has got to be good. It has to be playable, and it could be your commander as well. Okay, we're gonna go to Islarf. Nissa was taken. How about the Urza Planeswalker? It's basically caught. No, we did that one too. We did that. That Merkarcher got that one in as well. I can't even believe I let that qualify. Primarch, did we do Professor Onyx? Liliana doesn't want to work under her real name, apparently. Okay, we got a 6 mana, 5 loyalty Liliana. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. +1, you lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. -3. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. And then -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of any of these abilities. I think these abilities are crap. But then, of course, we got this insane Magecraft. Cast instant and sorceries, each opponent loses 2 life and gain 2 life. And for copies, that's gonna add up. It's each opponent too. You could probably just kill your opponents off with just Professor Onyx. Here you go, it's Chain of Smog. It's a combo card, so for that, definitely a really good card. She's casually touching the card type part. Oh yeah, the card type part over here, yeah. She breaks the 4th wall around here. Okay, Corbinek, Tamio. Completed Sage. Tamio! What happened? Alright, we got a 5, effectively 5. Wait a minute, disqualified. Not even 6 mana. Too cheap. Must be more expensive. Not expensive, not mana expensive enough for this show. Okay, let's take a look at, let's go get Fireburn over here with Elspeth Sun's Champion. Oh, sorry about that. That is a snipe. We did that one. Sorry about that, Fireburn. So let's give this one. We did Ugin. What have we not done? For Ginkgo, what do you got for us? Kaya, Bane of the Dead. Oops. Okay, this is 6 mana. It's a 7 loyalty Kaya. Your opponents and permanents your opponents control with hexproof can be the target of spells and abilities, and you... Sorry, Sorry, you control as though they didn't have hexproof. So I can, if you, oh, you thought you had hexproof? Well, I can bolt you anyway. And then -3, exile target creature. That seems super, super situational. Like, grossly, grossly situational. I can't say this. This is just a 6 mana, like, exile 1 thing. This is super hate on the hexproof cards, but pff, how many of those are out there? Very narrow. Super narrow. Okay, next up. Vac Dovin. The Architect of Law. This is a 6 mana 5 loyalty Dovin. +1, you gain 2 life and draw a card. Okay. -1, tap target creature. Doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Basically, we stun it. Okay. -9, tap all permanents target opponent controls. That player skips their next untap step. That's terrible. We really need this card to say they skip their turn. I mean, they can still attack us. So it's 6 mana to gain life and draw cards each turn. I think that's not good enough, to be honest. I don't think that's good enough. Too weak. Ryan's like, RIP Boggles for 6 mana. Yeah. So many answers to Boggles. Like, this is completely unnecessary. This is overkill for killing the Boggles. Friginka is like, I said it's bad. You know what? You know, I don't doubt you, Friginka. I never doubted you. Never doubted you for a second. Salty Rad. This is kind of a thanks donation for the good shows. Oh, thank you so much, Salty Rad. But I tell you what that donation does. It donates to somebody in the crowd. Someone like Jacob, who wants to get a Johnny Unyielding. 6 mana for 4 loyalty. +2, reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all non-land permanent cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's like a weird brainstorm where you don't actually draw all 3 cards. Put all non-land. Okay, so we'll probably on average draw 2 cards a turn, and then or 2 extra cards a turn, I should say. -2, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. That's not bad. All right, so exile. And then -9, put 5 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, and 5 loyalty counters on each planeswalker you control, each other planeswalker you control. So that is very strong. It's basically like an ultimate. I think this is worth it. I think this is a little bit better than what was it? We did something slightly better than this. So this is gain 2 life, draw a card. This is gain. You're basically drawing 2 cards, probably, maybe even 3. And also you exile the creature. You're not like, what is it, tapping it? Tap target creature. Yeah, this is just like a more power. This is like a Johnny Unyielding is a strictly better Dovin Architect of Law, in my opinion. Okay, next up. Turia with a Rowan Kenrith. I can't remember. Isn't this card broken or something? Because it can be your commander. 6 mana for a 4 loyalty Rowan. +2, during target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able. -2, Rowan Kenrith deals 3 damage to each tapped creature target player controls. -8, target player gets an emblem with whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You may choose new targets with a copy. During target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able. Oh, she flips into her brother. Maybe her brother! Oh, does she flip into her partner with Will Kenrith? No, she doesn't flip. There's no flip. There's no flippity floppity to this. She's just a pair with her brother. I'm not really impressed by this side. I think the commander side is pretty good. 3 damage to each tapped creature target player controls. I don't like it. I was also wrong. I thought this card was good. I was like, it's Rowan. Like, it's not. Okay, next up, we've got Steve Cooper, Soren Markov. Funny with Hidetsugu. And then donate 3. You got it, Steve Cooper. Sorin Markov, 6 mana for a 4 loyalty Sorin, +2, deals 2 damage to target creature or deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 2 life, which is honestly pretty pathetic. -3, target opponent's life total becomes 10. That's good. That's like deal 30. That's dealing damage without actually being damage. Okay, -7, you control target player during that player's next turn. Wow, you can't get both of these now, can you, though? It's either, like, reduce their life total to 10 or take their turn. Deal 2 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 2 life. Yeah, the life -3. Oh, you're at 1 billion life. Well, guess what? Sorin Markov, baby. And now you go straight to 10. You didn't see that one coming, did you? Got to get that engine back online. Okay, I gotta make a decision. I'll say this is good, but I don't really like it, to be honest. Canis Ultra says Ral, Caller of Storms. Because everyone has mentioned everything else. No, there's still a lot of cards still to be mentioned. There's like 70-ish. Alright, we got a 6 mana 4 loyalty Ral. +1 draw card. -2 Ral, Caller of Storms deals 3 damage. Divide as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. -7, draw 7 cards. Ral, Caller of Storms deals 7 damage to each creature your opponents control. Not worth it. Getting that ultimate seems very hard too. You have to spend like what, 4 turns? At least 4 turns. And then it would die in the end anyway. Urza Planeswalker counts, but we did that one already. You can thank Merc Archer for that one. Let's be honest. Sorin is just used for the -10 effect. Absolutely. It's a good one. Can I even gain you life sometimes, right? Like, what if you're at 1 life? Sometimes you're in a pinch, you're at 1 life, you need some more life. You go play that Sorin and get back to 10. Dustin, Garrick Apex Predator. It's bad, but one of my first Planeswalkers. I don't know, it's better than you think. I think we did that one, though. Yeah, we did that one. Christopher B with Tezzeret, Master of Metal. Master. Okay, we got 5 loyalty for 6 mana. +1, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That unfortunately is going to be like that card is going to be really random. It's basically Cascade. -3, target opponent loses life equal to the number of artifacts you control.
No, God, please, no.
That is very interesting. That might be worth it. That's like a sort of weird win condition. -8, gain control of all artifacts and creatures target opponent controls. That's also very interesting. I like this card. I like the utility. Michael Ing has a lore question for everyone. Did Urtai become a planeswalker? That's a good question. Did Urtai become a planeswalker? And we're just waiting on the planeswalker card coming out of Modern Horizons 5 or 3. Sorry, Modern Horizons 4. Just to wait and see. Okay, what else do we have here? Henrik with Vraska Relic Seeker. Oops, this is literally Relic Seeker. I'm going Vraska Relic Seeker. 6 mana, 6 loyalty. +2, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. -3, destroy target artifact creature enchantment. Create a colorless treasure artifact token with tap. Sack this artifact to add a mana. -10, target player's life total becomes 1. Okay, so someone is doing a pretty good Sorin impersonation, but you have to work towards that one. All right, +2, +2, -10. Then you'd lose Vraska completely as well. So it's basically 6 mana, Grizzly Bear Maker. You can destroy some creatures. Not thrilled with this card, to be honest. Not particularly excited. I mean, I guess you can run this, like, if you need an answer to infinite life gain, I'm sure this is still pretty good, but, like, outside of that, I'm not really in love with this card. Vac, Chandra Blaze. Did we do this one? Oh, we did this one. Yeah, another one, Vac. Flames Catalyst. I have a feeling you like Chandra, Vac. I just have a funny feeling, you know? Okay, 6 mana for 5 loyalty. +1, Chandra deals 3 damage to each opponent. -2, you may cast target red instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. It's Snapcaster Mage. Okay, -8, discard your hand, then draw 7 cards. Until end of turn, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. 3 damage to each opponent. Nah, I don't like this card very much. You may cast. It didn't even say we can cast it for free. I have to pay mana for this thing. Yeah, it's 6 mana Snapcaster Mage, and we still have to pay. It's not like Torrential Gearhulk or whatever. We did a Hope's Beacon. Okay, we'll get one more. Okay, so we have one more super chat for free. Julian with personal decoy. Oh, it's cute! Oh, that's so cute. I have to own this card. 7 mana for 8. What, star loyalty? Enters the battlefield with loyalty on it equal to your life total. Okay. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. You can't be attacked. Oh. That's insane! +1, you gain 1 life. I always wanted 1 life. -4, draw a card. So we can't be attacked. Could leave, exile. You can't be. Okay, you can't be attacked is great. Oh, I'm trying to interpret this card. 7 mana still. Yeah, this has to be good. It's like a moat. So it's moat, weirdly life gain, and some card draw attached to it. It's Rubber Ducky, the MTG card. Yeah, this one's the Rubber Ducky. This is the real one. This has got that Wizards branding on it, you know? It was manufactured somewhere abroad. I know Wizards doesn't get their cards printed in China, but I'm sure they can get their Rubber Duckies made in China. They have to kill the duck. I suppose so. Variant New York City says, you can't be attacked. You can't be attacked is crazy. I know! Super, super crazy ability. Okay, Salty Rad has something to say. I thought it was funny. You were impressed by Tezzeret Master of Metal's first ability, but not Tezzeret Master of Bridges at first, till you thought about it more. Both great for arty decks. Well, I like the overall package of the Master of the Bridge more than the what was Master of Metal? No, Master of the Bridge. So this is but it's not the same, isn't it? Well, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control. You gain X life. Master of Metal. This is different. These are different cards. This puts cards in your hand. This is card draw. This is like deals X damage. It's not card draw. So I mean, they're two completely different abilities. Not even close to the same thing. Okay, we got next up Turiat, Will Kenrith. We'll donate that super chat. Thank you very much, Salty Rad, for your super chat. We'll donate that to Turiat here for Will Kenrith. 6 mana, 4 loyalty, +2 until your next turn. Up to 2 target creatures. Each have base power and toughness 0/3 and lose all abilities. That might be good. -2. Target player draws 2 cards until your next turn. Instant or sorcery and planeswalker spells you that player casts cost 2 less to cast. 2 less is a lot. Target player draws 2 cards until your next turn. Well, that definitely is going to be me. But it's -2 anyway. So that's what could be a problem. Okay, -8. Target player gets an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. That's good, but overall, I don't really like the other abilities. No. It's sort of like a crappy Oko. Crappy Oko is Oko, and I don't even think this card being the commander compensates for it. And it's partner with Rowan Kenrith. I hope I'm not underestimating the power between both of these planeswalkers being used at the same time. What's going on here? What's their stand? Oh, that's his foot. And then her feet is over here. Okay. Oh, so Salty Rat says, sorry, I meant the second ability. Not the first, my bad. Just had surgery, so I'm a little loopy right now. That's okay. A lot of people like using my channel after surgery. Okay, hold on. So let's Master the Bridge and then Master of Metal. Target opponent loses life equal to the number of artifacts you control. Tezzeret deals X damage to each opponent. Rex is the number of artifacts you control, and this is the target opponent loses life equal. Oh, I see. Well, I think I like the +1 and the -8 a lot more than this +2. But I see where you're coming from here. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Because this +2 is superior, right? Deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control, and you gain that much life. And then here, they just only, like, what, 1 player? X damage to each opponent. This is actually superior. Okay, I have to give a pass to the Tezzeret Master of the Bridge. The problem, I guess I'm more impressed by the ultimate here, by gaining control of all artifacts and creatures and hopefully winning the game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Tezzeret Master of the Bridge is just far superior. Master of Metal is totally better. It commits crime. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the deal. That's the what's it called? That's what breaks it. Cole, we did Karn Liberated already. That's funny. Gavin's just like, Chandra. Well, which one? There's a lot of them. You got to be a little bit more specific here. Ooh, Elmo with Vraska, Scheming Gargon. Scheming! Vraska's quite the devilish person, wouldn't we say? 6 mana, 5 loyalty, +2. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. I think that's terrible. It's down and awful. -3, destroy target creature. Still not a good rate. -10, until end of turn, creatures you control gain Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, they lose the game. Oh my goodness! But is it worth it? We go to 7, 9, 11, then we have to minus. They always make the good stuff take 4 turns. I'm not going to say it's worth it. It's very interesting, though. The first 2 abilities, I think, are just too poor. I think we're out of half decent Chandras for 6 mana. Oh, well, eventually we just get to the complete crap. Ecos! Typical Cosmic Imposter. I'm so sorry, Ecos. Do you have another card? I hope you have another card. Did Ecos say anything lately? Yeah, definitely got sniped. Ecos gone. Alright. We'll go Christopher B. And we have two minds think alike. Great minds think alike. Primarch Lorgar and Christopher B. want Garrick Cursed Huntsman. Six mana for 5 loyalty. Pay 0. Create 2/2/2. Create 2 2/2 black and green wolf creature tokens, and when this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garrick you control. All of them. I like how they're self-aware that there are going to be like multiple Garricks in play at one time. -3, destroy target creature and draw a card. At least I'm getting value out of this thing. So here's the thing. I like how we destroy the creature and we have to draw a card so that even if Garrick dies, it was like we were up the exchange anyway. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +3/+3 and have trample. This is a great card. So potential anthem to win the game. You make creatures for 0. Oh, it doesn't go up though. What the hell? Look at this card. Okay, it starts at 5 loyalty, it has no plus ability, and has a -6. This creature dies, put a loyalty. Oh, I see. Okay. I forgot about the first ability. You know, they should make a few planeswalkers that are like achievement unlocked planeswalkers. Like, you have to proliferate them up. There's like no other way. There's like no other way to get to their ultimate except by using other cards. Are there any planeswalkers like that? They just have like a mystery ultimate that's just like impossible to get to. But not impossible, you know what I mean? But you gotta work for it in a different way. Yeah, proliferation decks. The proliferate. It works. I think 5 mana is expensive. Well, it is, but 6 mana is even more expensive. We did Nicol Bolas. We did Urza's Planeswalkers, but yeah, Urza Planeswalker itself is an achievement unlock. We did Morden Draken. What have we not done so far? Running out of cards. Okay, just a random mage, Hualti. Huatli, actually. Is it Huatli or Hualti? The Dinosaur Knight. 6 mana for a 4 loyalty Hualti. +2. Put 2+1/+1 counters on target dinosaur. And then we got -3, target dinosaur you control deals damage to its equal to its power to target creature you don't control. And then -7, creatures you control get +4/+4 until end of turn. It's sort of removal. Sort of defense, sort of removal. And steal damage doesn't actually fight. I like this card. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to give this a slight pass for the dinosaur deck out there. Okay, we got super chat from Arcanus Ultra. Sarkhan, Dragon Soul. For when you want an ultimate. The ultimate of all ultimates, huh? 6 mana, 5 loyalty, +2. Deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature your opponents control. Terrible. -3, deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Also terrible. -9, search your library for any number of dragon creature cards, put them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. That is an ultimate. Okay, how easy is it? It's in 3 turns. You go to 7, go to 9, then minus on the 3rd turn. That's insane. That's actually super fast. I still don't like it. Search your library for any number of I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. You know what? Maybe it's worth it. It's like a good finisher. It just doesn't defend itself very well. But it is like a 2-turn. Sorry, 3. It's 3 turns online, which I think is great. Yeah, we did the Dragon God. Did we do Kaya Bane of the Dead? I'm assuming this is Bane. Yeah, we did Kaya. We did Mu Yanling. Oko the Trickster. Alright, so we didn't do this one. 6 mana, 4 loyalty. +2, put 2+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control. 0, until end of turn, Oko the Trickster becomes a copy of target creature you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. -7, until end of turn, each creature you control has base power and toughness 10/10 and gains trample. Buff the counter. It can protect itself really well. Becomes a copy of target creature you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. That's great. I like this card. All these ultimates are the reason that counter doublers are busted. Oh yeah, absolutely. Did they make this Oko look buffer? Maybe Oko wanted to get some gains, you know? Maybe Oko is working out, decided to go to the gym. Also, isn't Oko just like a shapeshifter-like thing? You can become whatever the hell he wants. If Oko wants to, at a snap of his fingers, become an Olympic gold medalist lifter of some sort. We did the Dread Horde. You know what? I think we saw basically everything. We saw enough. It was a while. There's not that many. We might have gone through almost all of them. All right, if there is any other expensive ones you thought were worth it or not, you let me know in the comments section below. And remember, we do this show 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat for other people to be part of the show. And so thank you very much, my coffee crew, for being here today. We had Minkoa, Christopher B, Gavin, Corbinek, Arcanus, Jacob. We got Vac, Steve Cooper. We had Variant New York City, Kano, Michael Ng, Ferginka. We had Arcanus Ultra. We had a Blackbird. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today, because you are my crew. And the crew, this is the show created for people who also designed the show. That's right. It's a magic show for people who play Magic. Designed by Magic players who play Magic. All right. As usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up that magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.